And I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, like as I was fixing the internet, at the exact same time the camera cut off. I ran out of time. So, so I doubt the internet's gonna mess up again. And if the internet messes up, you are authorized to dislike this video. Uh, uh, Question 5. How do you approach responsibility? What do you tend to expect of others? Responsibilities, I can be pretty incompetent, unreliable at times. I can forget things. Like my dad would be, Mackie, take out the garbage. And then I'd be like, okay, I will. And then I could be like on my phone in my room or watching YouTube videos or playing a video game, and like my dad would be like, Mackie, take out the garbage. I'd be okay. And then it's 8 o'clock at night. My dad's like, you never took out the garbage. I'm like, oh crap, I forgot. Yeah, I mean, I tend to do that a lot. I've been getting better and more responsible about it. Going off the topic, I think since I'm in Enneagram 4, I might be integrating into a 1. But that's a different system. So I can be pretty unreliable, even though I do have the best of intentions. And I don't really like it when people get mad at me. What do you tend to expect from others? I can be a bit of a hypocrite. I mean, I could just sit here and lie, but I'm not going to. I can be a bit of a hypocrite. I tend to kind of hold people to standards that I myself cannot even feel. And I've been working on it. I've gotten much better at it, but I can't hold people to pretty high standards. It's pretty odd. Sometimes I can hold people to incredibly high standards, and then at times I can be almost too forgiving. I mean, it depends on the situation. Yeah, it's pretty odd. Describe your relations with family, friends. Do you have many friends? Or are these people your friends? Are you I'm just gonna answer one. Describe your relations with your family and friends. I've been told I can be quite an annoying person. Like, I can be kind of a troll in a way. Like, I can just kind of repeat the same jokes over and over, and to me it's hilarious in my head, but it tends to annoy my family and friends. But overall, I get along good with family and friends. Speaking of family, I love my family to death, but at times I can be kind of, like, I'd rather hang out with friends than my family, and I know that's pretty bad, and I do feel kind of bad about it. And I've been trying to kind of become closer to my family. I mean, I don't have a dysfunctional home or anything, but thank goodness, but I do, I'm not the closest with my family. When my mom and dad are in the living room watching a TV show, I could be in my room by myself watching the same show because I just want to watch it alone. Phone battery, sorry. So yeah. But I do love my family. I've been trying to get closer to them because I do feel bad about it, and I'm definitely fixing that gap, and I get along with friends. I have a moderate amount of friends, about like the average Joe, basically. I don't tend to hang out with one group. I tend to be a loner who jumps from group to group. I could be hanging out with one group, and I could be hanging out with a completely different group. I tend to basically do that. Like, I tend to like I tend to like 2 or 3 people in each group. I don't really care for a group as a whole. I just tend to like two, or three people within one single group, and that's why I hang out in those groups and like jump from group to group because of those people, not necessarily the group as a whole. Most of the time, yeah. Because three different groups I hang out with come to mind as it is. Why are these people my friends? Well, this is gonna sound very cheap, but basically they just have qualities that I enjoy, qualities that interest me, qualities that make me laugh. I find amusing. Like I like to hang around funny people, yeah, and just goof off and laugh. Because I can be pretty goofy. Uh, Basically, they just have qualities that I value and qualities that I enjoy. In fact, people of every type, I enjoy some quality about people of every single type. Basically, like there are people I dislike and like in every single type, yeah. So like I like this type more than this type, yeah. Basically just depends, am I somewhere in the pecking order? Not really, I guess. I'm not too sure. Do I belong? I guess. uh, at times I feel kind of alien from group interaction because I tend to be locked inside my own head. But I guess I belong. Like the groups themselves, I don't really bond with the group. I bond with individuals within the group, like one, two, three, maybe four people, basically. If that answers that question. Question 4. How are you in romantic relationships? What role do you play with those you care about? I like romantic relationships, even though I only had one. uh, and I believe she was an EII, I'm not sure. Well, I've had other relationships, but it was like elementary school relationships, like we basically just held hands and swung each other on the swings. We were basically friends, not really in a relationship. My first real relationship lasted about 2 months, I think 3 months, and it was good. We got along, and the problem is it just got boring, basically, so that's why we broke up. But we still are friends, and we still do like each other as friends, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. How am I for romantic relationships in general? Mm, I don't take it too serious like some people do in my school, like have sex and all of that. Like, to me, there's more than relationships than sex. Yeah. Uh, that's basically who I am. What role do I play with those I care about? That's kind of a hard question to answer. Checking the timer. I'm basically, with those I care about, I'm basically, try to be a good friend, but I also like to joke around, cut up, and be goofy. I like to be goofy one minute, then the next minute, like have a serious conversation and bond. And then just have interesting conversations, I guess. And I probably would defend people I care about too, like to a really big extent. yeah, at times I do feel like I have to protect people I care about. So I guess hopefully that answers that question. Question 8. We're getting there, guys. Uh, what have I always been able to do without much effort? What do I find a struggle? Things I've been able to do without much effort. Well, I don't feel like I'm good at much of anything. Yeah. Get lost in my imagination. I guess. That's basically the best way I know how to answer it. I can pick up on some things that other people don't, I guess. That's the best way I can answer it. Sorry. What do I find a struggle? Daily freaking maintenance. Yeah, I hate maintenance. Like, keeping things orderly around the house, I freaking hate that. Like, if I could eliminate one part of life, that would probably be one of the main things I would eliminate. Just the need to just take care of maintenance and all that stuff. I'm just not good at it. I'm terrible at it. I guess you could say, how do I like to learn? Question 9, how do you like to learn? How do you like to explain things to others? How do I like to learn? I like to learn, like, my grades are average. I'm a straight B, C, the occasional A kind of student. Because in a typical classroom setting, I do get very bored and find myself doodling quite a bit. And I know I complain about people on their phones. Occasionally, I might actually use my phone. That's kind of an example of how I can be a hypocrite at times, and I'm working on it because I do see a need to fix that problem. Yeah, a traditional classroom setting that has like 30 kids and just taking notes till you get blisters, I get pretty bored with that. Like, I like to learn where I can, like, ask questions, like, at a more one-on-one kind of level, maybe a bit more hands-on, you could say, and where I can ask questions, and where there's not so much bureaucracy involved, like taking tests and stuff like that. Uh, how do I like to explain things to others? Basically, one-on-one. Like, I'm horrible at explaining things to large groups, and I am much better at explaining things on a one-on-one level with someone. Mainly because I just get nervous and tongue-tied when I explain things to large groups of people. And I feel like I know I can understand something in my head, but it's hard for me to put it into words, basically. Uh, oh boy, this is a long one. Question 10. Alright, we're almost done, guys. Timer. Yeah, it's about to run out any second, I think. How do you approach conflict? Okay, how do I approach conflict? I try to look for a peaceful solution, but at times I can get kind of mad at people, and basically, like, not 80% of the time I avoid conflict. 80% of the time I avoid conflict. But there are times where people just tick me off so much I really do kind of want to confront them, but I don't have the guts to. It feels like it. Occasionally I do confront them and it gets pretty bad, and then I kind of get all tensed up and scared. Yeah. People say when someone's challenged, like I've been challenged to a fight before, like someone walking up to me like, do something, man, like that. And I kind of, people said I was shaking, oh, like I was about to vomit. So that's basically how I approach conflict. I try to find peace, but at times I do get so ticked off at people that I really, in my head, I really do want to confront them and knock him in the face, but at the same time, I'm too afraid to actually do it. I guess you could say, what have people done to confuse, hurt, annoy, or anger you? Uh, in school, particularly middle school, people tend to challenge you to fights for no reason. Like, man, you bumped into me, man. We're gonna fight after school. Like, I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but that's basically the stupidity behind it. Like, you gotta fight at the drop of a hat. Like, it's so stupid. It really is. It's pretty fun to make fun of people who get in fights over stupid crap. Like, man, you stepped on my shoes. I'm gonna beat you up. Like, stupid crap like that. It's ridiculous. I do enjoy watching fights at school just because they're just funny. Like, if a fight breaks out in the lunchroom or something, I'm like, yeah, like, I enjoy watching it shamefully, even though I do find it really stupid at the same time. I really do find it stupid. It's like watching Jackass, basically. Like, you know the person is a complete idiot, but you just enjoy watching them get what they deserve for being so stupid. I'm horrible. I hope that answers my question. How do you feel towards... Sorry, I have to keep checking this timer. I know it's a pain. Wish I could just use a webcam, but for reasons I'm unable to, as of right now. And I probably will be for a very long time. How do you feel towards those who may have wronged you? I think forgiveness is very important. I really do, but at times I do kind of like if someone makes me mad or irritates me, I can be pretty judgmental, and that judgment will never go away. But I try my best to forgive because I think if you hold grudges or try to get revenge, that solves absolutely nothing. It really does. Like, it makes no sense logically whatsoever to hold a grudge against somebody. It makes no sense at all. In most cases, it makes no sense. And revenge, I think, is stupid, even though I've been tempted sometimes to get revenge on people who I deem to be bad people. Most of the times I just fantasize about revenge. I very rarely actually carry it out. Very rarely, yeah. But, but yeah, I think forgiveness, people do really need to forgive more. I think forgiveness is one of the best things you can do. Yeah, there's a really good quote from Gandhi that I really like. It goes something like,